Ever wondered why some men have an almost magical ability to captivate any woman they meet? It's not about having the perfect looks, endless wealth, or a prestigious title. The real secret lies in something far more powerful: the way they speak. These high-value men possess a rare gift that keeps women thinking about them long after the conversation ends. It's not their appearance or flashy personality that leaves an impression. It's the impact of their words. In the next few minutes, I'll unlock the mystery of how you can speak in a way that leaves her wanting more, thinking of you long after you've walked away. Trust me, this is going to change the way you approach women forever. The magic of first impressions. Creating an irresistible spark. First impressions are everything. They set the tone for what could be an unforgettable connection. Yet, many men miss the mark entirely by trying to impress right off the bat, whether it's with their looks, elaborate stories, or over-the-top charm. But high-value men know the secret isn't about trying to impress. It's about creating a deep, lasting impression that lingers in her mind. The real magic happens not in the words they say, but in how they make her feel during that initial interaction. Women are incredibly attuned to emotional energy, so the way you carry yourself, even before you speak, is everything. It's your body language, the calmness in your tone, the subtle cues that make her feel something profound. When you walk into a room with confidence and presence, she can't help but take notice. It's not about being loud or flashy. It's about being grounded and making her feel like she's experiencing something special. The silent power of confidence. Confidence is magnetic, but it's not something you can fake. High-value men carry themselves with an effortless air of self-assurance because they believe in their own worth. Their posture is upright, movements intentional, and speech measured. When they speak, there's no rush. Each word is carefully chosen, making her hang on to every sentence. This unhurried pace creates a powerful dynamic. It forces her to pay attention. Speaking slowly and deliberately isn't about being dominant. It's about conveying that you're in control, that you don't need to rush or prove anything. Women are drawn to this kind of confidence because it signals strength without arrogance. It says, "I know who I am, and I'm comfortable in my own skin." That kind of calm assurance leaves an impression far beyond any flashy gesture could. Silence. Your secret weapon. Don't underestimate the power of silence. When used correctly, silence can speak volumes. High-value men know that taking a moment of pause during a conversation is incredibly impactful. It gives her space to process what you've said, and even more, it creates a subtle tension that makes her want to fill the silence with more words. This space is powerful. It builds anticipation and intrigue, leaving her wondering what you might say next. By embracing silence, you let the conversation breathe, making every word you speak seem more important and intentional. Emotional control, the ultimate attraction. One of the most alluring traits of high-value men is their emotional stability. Women seek partners who can offer security, and emotional control is key. When she teases you or throws a playful challenge your way, how you respond speaks volumes. High-value men don't react emotionally or defensively. They laugh it off or turn it into a playful moment. This shows her that you're unshaken, that you don't get rattled by little things, and that's incredibly attractive. Emotional resilience is a sign of maturity and strength, a trait that draws women in without them even realizing it. Every conversation is an opportunity for you to demonstrate emotional control, to show her that you're someone who stands out in a world full of men eager to please or quick to react. When you remain composed, she'll see you as calm, confident, and in control, a man who can handle whatever life throws his way. The art of subtle gestures. You don't need grand gestures to make an impact. The high-value man understands that sometimes it's the smallest things that make the biggest impression. The way you shake her hand, the warmth in your smile, or the calmness in your voice, all these subtle actions speak louder than words. Women are masters at reading body language, often picking up on signals that men don't even realize they're sending. High-value men understand this, which is why they make their every move count. Whether it's maintaining steady eye contact, nodding attentively when she speaks, or keeping your hands relaxed and steady, these small gestures convey confidence, warmth, and control. They show her that you're present, engaged, and interested in her, not just physically, but emotionally. The power of mystery. In today's world, where oversharing is the norm, mystery has become an underappreciated art. High-value men know that leaving something to the imagination is key. They don't reveal everything about themselves right away, and they don't feel the need to share every detail of their life on social media. Instead, they keep a sense of mystery about them, leaving her curious, wondering more. This mystery draws her in and keeps her thinking about you long after you've parted ways. By holding back just enough, you create a sense of intrigue that makes her want to know more, to uncover the layers beneath the surface. It's this allure of the unknown that creates desire, and it's one of the most powerful tools at a high-value man's disposal. By mastering these subtle yet powerful techniques, you can transform the way you interact with women. It's not about being perfect. It's about knowing how to communicate in a way that resonates with her emotionally and leaves a lasting impression. The high-value man doesn't need to try hard. His presence speaks for itself, and his words linger in her mind long after the conversation ends. And that, my friend, is the secret to creating unforgettable connections. High-value men understand one of the most powerful principles of attraction. Revealing too much too soon can destroy the excitement and allure of a connection. Women are naturally drawn to things that aren't fully understood. It's that mystery, that hint of the unknown, that makes someone even more captivating. The art of being slightly mysterious is not about playing games. It's about creating an irresistible curiosity that leaves her wanting more. The power of mystery, how it fuels desire. Let's dive into the psychology behind why mystery is so magnetic. It all comes down to human nature. When we encounter something we can't fully grasp, our brains go into overdrive, craving the answer. The mind fixates on what's not fully clear, obsessing over the details we don't know. High-value men leverage this natural tendency to draw women in. From the very first conversation, they offer just enough information to pique her curiosity, but not enough to satisfy it. For example, if she asks about his job, instead of giving a straightforward answer, he might say, "It's a bit complicated, but I really enjoy it." This seemingly simple response leaves her hanging, with 1,000 questions swirling in her mind. She'll replay the conversation, trying to figure out more about him, eagerly anticipating the next time they speak. This lingering sense of curiosity is what keeps her thinking about him long after he's gone. The art of deliberate ambiguity. The magic of mystery is in how it's strategically woven into conversation. High-value men don't use ambiguity to frustrate. They use it as a tool to keep the conversation intriguing and flowing. The key is knowing how to show just enough without revealing everything. For instance, if she asks about his hobbies, instead of rattling off a list of activities, he might say, "I've been working on something exciting lately. I'll tell you more about it soon." This response creates an air of anticipation. She'll leave wondering what that mysterious project is, eager for more details in the next conversation. Mystery isn't about being secretive. It's about creating layers that she'll want to uncover over time. The less you reveal, the more she'll fill in the gaps with her own imagination, making you appear even more intriguing than you would if you revealed every detail up front. The subtle power of silence. Another crucial aspect of maintaining mystery is knowing when to embrace silence. High-value men understand that silence isn't something to be avoided. It's an opportunity to let the conversation breathe. Silence creates space for reflection, for deeper connection. If you're always rushing to fill every pause with words, you rob her of the chance to process her thoughts and emotions. High-value men know that a well-timed silence can build tension, creating a moment that's far more meaningful than any words could provide. For example, imagine asking her a question that sparks deep thought. Then, instead of rushing to fill the silence, you let it linger. The pause allows her to absorb what was said, to consider it more deeply. This silence doesn't just convey confidence, it builds an emotional connection. It creates intimacy in a way that words alone can't. And when she walks away from that conversation, it won't just be the words she remembers, it will be the emotional impact of the moment. Playing the long game, the slow reveal. The true power of mystery lies in its long-term effects. High-value men don't try to reveal everything all at once. They understand that lasting attraction isn't built overnight. It's cultivated over time. Instead of trying to impress in the first few moments, they play the long game. Each interaction is an opportunity to reveal just a little more, building on what's already been shared. This slow burn keeps her engaged, keeps her wanting to know more. Each time they meet, she'll leave with a little more insight, and each time she'll want to uncover more layers of who you are. By holding back just enough, you're creating an ongoing sense of mystery that draws her back, making her eager for the next conversation. This gradual unveiling builds anticipation, making her miss you more when you're not around. It's not about rushing the process, it's about savoring the journey. Emotional impact, creating connection beyond words. High-value men understand that words alone aren't enough to leave a lasting impression. What sets them apart is their ability to create emotional experiences in every interaction. It's not just about what they say, it's about how they make her feel. Women are emotional beings, and the emotions you evoke during a conversation are far more important than the surface-level content. High-value men know how to dig deeper, asking questions that get to the heart of what excites her, what drives her, and what makes her unique. They move beyond small talk and get to the core of who she is, sparking emotional highs and lows that keep her fully engaged. This emotional roller coaster isn't just captivating, it's unforgettable. It creates a connection that goes far beyond words, leaving her craving more of the emotional experience you provide. By blending mystery with emotional depth, high-value men create an irresistible aura that draws women in. They don't give everything away at once. They keep her guessing, intrigued, and invested in uncovering the layers of who they are. And it's this combination of mystery, emotional connection, and the slow reveal that makes her miss him long after the conversation ends. This is the secret to captivating a woman's mind and heart, and it's a powerful tool for any man looking to build lasting attraction. Creating emotional impact, the secret to captivating her heart. High-value men don't just have conversations. They create emotional experiences that leave women thinking about them long after the interaction ends. One of the most effective ways to spark an emotional connection is by asking questions that provoke deep thought and stir up feelings. Instead of settling for basic questions like, "What's your favorite color?" or "What do you do for work?" High-value men ask questions that make a woman pause, reflect, and open up. Questions like, "What's something you've always dreamed of doing but haven't yet?" Or, "What moment in your life made you feel the most alive?" These types of questions invite her to explore her passions, her dreams, and her deepest emotions, creating a meaningful conversation that goes beyond surface-level exchanges. By tapping into these emotional layers, you're not just learning about her, you're connecting on a much deeper level, something rare in today's fast-paced dating world. This sense of emotional intimacy will leave her feeling seen, heard, and valued, and it will make her miss the way you made her feel long after you part ways. Storytelling. Weaving emotions into every word. But asking thoughtful questions is only one part of the equation. High-value men also know the power of storytelling. They understand that stories aren't just for entertainment. They're a tool to evoke specific emotions and create unforgettable connections. When sharing a story, it's not about impressing her with feats of grandeur, but rather about tapping into feelings that resonate with her own experiences. For example, you might share a story about a spontaneous adventure, like taking an unplanned road trip to a distant city, embracing the unknown and the thrill of the moment. The excitement of your experience will transport her into that sense of adventure, and she'll feel connected to your journey. Alternatively, you might tell a vulnerable story about a personal challenge you faced and how you overcame it. By revealing your struggles and triumphs, you invite her into your world, allowing her to see your emotional depth. It's these moments of raw honesty that will stick with her long after the conversation ends. Because she won't remember just what you said. She'll remember how you made her feel. Emotional hooks, making her feel something real. The magic of conversation lies in creating emotional hooks, those moments that linger in her mind and make her reflect on you long after you're gone. A hook is a powerful emotional moment that sticks with her. High-value men understand how to plant these hooks at just the right moments. It could be a well-timed compliment that makes her feel special, like, "You know, I can tell you're someone who really cares about the people in your life. It's not something you see often, and it's one of the things that makes you stand out." This type of compliment goes beyond superficial praise about her looks or accomplishments. It's about her character, the qualities that make her truly unique, and it's far more impactful. She'll replay that compliment in her head, reliving the warmth and appreciation she felt in that moment. Another emotional hook might come in the form of a playful tease or a shared laugh. These moments of lighthearted connection create a sense of intimacy, making her feel like you share something special. By weaving these hooks throughout your conversation, you ensure she leaves with positive emotions that make her miss you when you're not around. The push-pull dynamic, creating desire through absence. One of the most powerful tools that high-value men use in building attraction is the push-pull dynamic. This is all about being emotionally present when you're together, but then creating space when you part ways. High-value men know that too much attention can dilute its value. After a great interaction, they pull back, not out of manipulation, but because they understand the importance of absence. When you step back, she's left with the space to reflect on the conversation. She replays it in her mind, remembering how you made her feel, and begins to miss your presence. The key here is not to bombard her with constant texts or keep the conversation going endlessly. High-value men know that sometimes silence is the most powerful tool in creating desire. By stepping back, you give her room to miss you, and that absence fuels the longing for more of your time. Why over-communication can destroy attraction. In a world where instant messaging and constant notifications are the norm, it's easy to fall into the trap of over-communication. It's tempting to text every moment, to respond immediately to every message, thinking that it will create connection. However, high-value men understand that over-communication kills attraction. When you're always available, there's no room for mystery, no space for anticipation, and no opportunity for emotional buildup. The thrill of the chase, the excitement of wondering what will happen next, is lost when you're constantly accessible. Instead, high-value men strike the perfect balance. They might wait a few hours before responding to a message, or let a day pass before reaching out. This creates a sense of mystery and anticipation. She won't know when to expect a text, and that uncertainty makes her more excited for the next interaction. By creating space, you build attraction rather than extinguishing it, ensuring that every conversation feels fresh and full of possibility. The power of absence. Why less is more. The absence of constant communication isn't just about avoiding over-communication. It's about creating emotional space that heightens the attraction. When you're not always in her face, she has the opportunity to reflect on what you said, how you made her feel, and whether she's truly interested in getting to know you more. By playing the long game and letting the absence do the work, you create a magnetic pull that draws her in, making her miss your presence and long for the next time you connect. It's this emotional push-pull dynamic that makes high-value men stand out. They know how to create desire by being present when it counts and stepping back when it matters, allowing space for longing and anticipation to grow. By mastering the art of asking thought-provoking questions, telling emotionally resonant stories, planting emotional hooks, and understanding the importance of absence, high-value men craft experiences that leave women wanting more. It's not just about being interesting. It's about creating a connection that touches her heart and leaves a lasting impression. The art of attraction. Why space, timing, and emotional depth matter. Attraction isn't about being rude or aloof. It's about understanding a fundamental truth. Real attraction thrives in the space between interactions. High-value men don't chase. They know that when they're not constantly present, it sparks curiosity. When you're not texting her back immediately, when you're not always available, her mind begins to wander. She wonders, what's he up to? Who's he with? Why isn't he texting me right away? This uncertainty fuels her desire. She starts to crave your presence because, in the silence, she's left with a lingering question. When will she see you again? This is where the magic happens. The space between interactions makes her miss you more. The art of leaving her wanting more. High-value men have mastered the art of leaving a lasting impression, and they do it with one simple strategy: leaving her wanting more. They don't hang on to conversations until they fizzle out. Instead, they know when to exit a conversation at its peak. By leaving at just the right moment, they leave her with an emotional high, making her eager for the next interaction. Imagine having a conversation where everything clicks, and just as the energy is peaking, he says, "I've really enjoyed this, but I've got to go. Let's pick this up again soon." This isn't just a polite goodbye, it's an invitation. You've planted the seed for future conversations, and now she'll be anticipating your next interaction. She'll think about what was left unsaid and look forward to the next time you connect. In the meantime, she'll miss you, and that absence will amplify the desire to reconnect. The power of perfect timing, re-engagement done right. After creating that space, high-value men know exactly when and how to re-enter a woman's life. They understand that timing is everything. Reach out too soon, and you risk suffocating the attraction. Wait too long, and the connection fades. So, when it's time to reconnect, it's with purpose. It's about finding that perfect moment when she's had time to miss you, but hasn't yet moved on. This requires emotional awareness and the ability to read the situation. High-value men don't just text for the sake of texting. They re-engage with intention, reigniting the emotional connection that was sparked before. For instance, you might reach out with something like, "I've been thinking about that trip you mentioned last time we spoke. How did it go?" By referencing a specific moment, you remind her of the depth of your past conversation and show that you've been thinking about her. This is not just casual conversation. This is purposeful re-engagement that builds on the emotional foundation already in place. Re-engaging with purpose, deepening the connection. When high-value men re-engage, they don't settle for surface-level small talk. They build on the emotional connection they established earlier. Instead of sending a generic, "Hey, how's it going?" they remind her of the personal connection by referencing something deeper. If she mentions she's working on a challenging project, you could ask, "How's that project going? I've been thinking about what you said last time." This type of re-engagement isn't just about staying in touch. It's about showing that you genuinely care about her thoughts, her passions, and her goals. It tells her that you're not just interested in the superficial details, but in the deeper aspects of who she is. By engaging her on a deeper level, you strengthen the bond you've already created and make her even more likely to miss you. She'll realize that you're not just another person passing through her life. You're someone who takes the time to listen, understand, and invest emotionally. This makes you stand out in a world full of shallow interactions. Communication is more than words, creating emotional impact. High-value men understand that true communication isn't just about exchanging words. It's about creating an emotional experience. Every conversation they have is designed to leave a lasting impression, and they know how to use mystery, emotional depth, and anticipation to their advantage. They speak in ways that invite curiosity, keeping her coming back for more. When they re-engage, they do so with purpose, always deepening the emotional connection. They don't need to chase her. They've already created something powerful and magnetic. Women will naturally gravitate toward high-value men, not because they're being constantly pursued, but because of the emotional depth, the mystery, and the confidence they radiate. And when they're not around, that's when the magic truly happens. She'll miss them, crave their presence, and be eagerly awaiting the next connection. In the end, high-value men don't need to constantly chase or impress. They create something far more powerful, a magnetic attraction that draws women in. By mastering the art of leaving her wanting more, the power of perfect timing, and the depth of meaningful re-engagement, they build lasting emotional connections. Most importantly, they make her miss them when they're gone, proving that high-value men don't chase. They attract,